continue with our part 2 with top 10 SQL interview questions, which has been asked in many top tier companies. So this in part 2, we are going to discuss what are the some common clauses used with select queries. So there are so many common clauses which has been used with select queries, something for filtering, something for ordering, something for aggregating, something is for filtering on the aggregated data. So there are so many. Say there is a where. So where will help us to filter the specified data what we need. Maybe we wanted to filter based on this employees information based on their city or something, right? So it allows us to retrieve only the row which meets the specified criteria. Order by. The next is order by. So order by clause is used to sort the result set in ascending or descending order based on one or more columns. So you can have multiple columns with comma, comma, column 1, comma, column 2, column 3, something like that. And you can also do column 1 ascending and column 2 descending. You can also do that, right? So it allows you to specify the columns in which you want to sort the data. The group by clause is used to group row data that have the same values in one or more columns, right? It is typically used in conjunction with aggregated functions like sum, count, average, etc. So basically, if you want to aggregate some data, the group by we have to use it. Suppose you want the total count of employees, you wanted to know the sum of the salary of this department, right? Next is having. So having clause is used to specify the condition for filtering the groups created by group by class. It allows you to filter the result set based on the aggregated function calculation. So how having will help us is, once we have the aggregate data, how do we apply the filter on the aggregated information? So having is for helping us in filtering the aggregate is distinct. Data. So distinct is wonderful and very useful clause that we have to remember. It's very important keyword, right? Sometimes we want the unique values from some particular column. Let's say there are 10,000 employees, right? But I wanted to know that only what are the unique cities where my employees are there, right? So there are, let's say there are hard of 30 to 40 cities, but there are 10,000 employees, right? So suppose I only interested to see the unique data from the specific column, then distinct will help you. Distinct will also help you when you want to avoid the duplicate and only want to see the unique data. Order by. Okay. The next is order by. So order by clause is used to sort the result set in ascending or descending order based on one or more columns. So you can have multiple columns with comma, comma, column 1, comma, column 2, column 3, something like that. And you can also do column 1 ascending and column 2 descending. You can also do that, right? So it allows you to specify the columns in which you want to sort the data. What is denormalization? This question has been asked in many interviews. So basically, what is denormalization is the process of intentionally adding redundancy to a database schema to improve performance in certain scenarios. It involves combining or duplicating data from multiple tables into a single table. So let's say, suppose I wanted to combine employee and employee information or employee address, right? I want to combine all these three, and in the same employee table, I want name, salary, department, address, phone number, everything about the employee, right? So combining three tables into one, it's the example of denormalization. Why we need that? Sometimes when you learn the concept of data warehousing, you will understand why we have to denormalize again. So let's understand now its types. So there are first NF, second NF, third NF, and BCNF. Basically, it's an extension of third NF only. So in the first NF, data is organized into tables, and each column contains atomic values, right? In the second NF, all attributes should depend on the entire primary key, not just a portion of it, right? In the third NF, non-key attributes should depend only on primary key and not on the other key attributes. Question is, what are the different types of SQL constraints? So this is, if you are giving fresher interviews or 1 year, this question will be there. Okay, what are the different types of SQL constraints? So please pay attention, right? So you can start with primary key, and you also give one line of description, unique and not null. Then say foreign key, which is nothing but a primary key which referred to the another child table, that becomes as a foreign key, right? And unique constraint, ensure the data values are in a column are different, right? All the values are in a different and uniquely set. Check constraint means before inserting the data, you wanted to check that value. You want to validate some data before accepting the data for final commit. Notal means you want to make sure that this can't be empty. Something has to be provided for this column. So thanks for watching. And in part 3 and coming parts, we'll be increasing the complexity level of the SQL interviews. So I hope to get started. This will help you. Thanks, and also download our app for the free interview courses and SQL courses.